Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning back into Nick and Jenny Have Nothing to Say.
Is that how our jingle's gonna go?
No, but I thought it sounded good.
Nothing to say.
Nothing to say. And today we're going to have a blast from the past. We're
Oh
dipping
gosh.
down to the medias, music, TV, video
As
games.
much as I can stand to have a conversation with you about, it might be a lot. We'll see how much. How. What do you want to start with first of all?
We can start with TV.
If we can get through TV, maybe we'll move on to video games. I don't see us moving on to music after that, though. We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah, music might be a while.
He has like a whole stack of papers here. Mine's just a little note section.
I have a life. I swear, growing up.
I don't think he touched grass as a child.
We're gonna say a lot.
I would just want to see if I recognize any of yours. So we're kind of like the mid, well, you're mid, I'm late 90s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you're the youngest, and I did have an older brother growing up, so I got a little bit of like hand me down leftover media from like the 90s, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some things that I didn't write down that were like kind of my sister's things, but I was getting a little too old for, but I remember them. But I tried to keep it stuff from when I was like, I don't know, conscious to like maybe 12.
Oh, so you kept it that young? I did from.
I didn't do much of teenage stuff at all just cuz I had so much good childhood stuff.
I see. I did a lot. I did teenage stuff too. So I went from like I don't know, conscious to like 16, 17.
See, by the time I was 16, 17, I just didn't I was too busy with boys. I didn't have time for TV and video
It
games
must be
anymore.
nice. I did not have any romantic interactions, so I was.
So you did not touch grass. You did not go outside.
I did go outside. I was just playing sports, chilling with the boys, Saturdays for the boys, and wallowing in TV shows and music with my depression and loneliness.
See, you're not the only one that had depression and loneliness. I just happened to date a lot more than you did.
Girls didn't like me back then.
But I don't think boys like me either. I just had nothing else to do. So,
Must be nice. Another day, another day.
and I also my media has not changed much from when I was 16, so I didn't feel the need to write it down.
I guess you also come from a more religious background compared to me, which is not so
I
religious.
didn't even
So
put most of that down, but yeah, you want to talk about Veggie Tales, Skillet,
skillet.
that one band, the one religious band, Winter Jam,
I don't know.
Church Camp. We can get
I don't know any of those people.
well, Winter Jam was the event that we saw Skillet at. It was like a Christian music festival.
I've recently learned what vacation
Bible
Bible school
school.
was. I never heard of it, and in my personal opinion, if I'm on vacation, that's the last thing. No offense to the religious people out there, that I would want to do. That
Yeah,
vacational.
I don't know why they call it that, but
Kind of sounds like
you missed
Bible's.
you missed all the lore of Vacation Bible
Sounds
School.
like
Okay,
Bible school boot camp to me, but
it's just like Bible study for children, but they try and make it exciting and
it's
fun
like
and
camp.
themed. It's like camp, but you go home. It's
Yeah,
like, and
but
it's not church camp
I
either.
never did camp.
So it's Vacation Bible School, because that's essentially what it is. A
No,
school.
that's not vacation.
I don't know why it's called vacation. That part I don't get, but
Doesn't seem like a vacation to me. No
off
offense.
topic. Okay, so we're starting with TV shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you pull yours up.
Mine is up. So
Mine,
this is
mine
movies
is
and
up.
TV shows.
I have, yeah, I put movies and TV together. I
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
have a lot though.
All right. That's fine.
I just have like sections.
Okay. So we can start off with you.
I don't even know how much of this I'll actually remember, but let's start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't even know what channel this is on, but Recess. Did you watch Recess at all?
During in school, yes, and that was
In
on.
school?
Yeah, I didn't watch it like
I don't think
solo.
we had TV in school.
Well, they was whenever it was like a cool like not doing stuff today. It's like recess, and
How
like
many days did you not do things in school?
we don't need to get into
We
that.
definitely never had
I
TV
think it
in
was on like
school.
the Kid Fox show or whatever, like early morning.
I don't
Fox.
remember, but I feel like most of mine are like PBS, like the
It
poor
might have been
free
PBS.
people free people
But yeah, I
shows.
watched Recess.
Yeah.
The Kid with a Hat, the fat white guy.
Don't ask me. I just remember like the style of the
Okay,
show, the
yeah,
cartoon. But I definitely watched that,
yeah.
like on and off in the
Mm-hmm.
background.
Okay. I have, since we're going old, I mean,
I tried to start as far back as I could
see,
remember.
I can't think far back, but I remember the show Doug on Nickelodeon.
Is that the weird looking kid?
Yeah, with the vest. I think with the
Yeah.
green vest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I remember. I can picture him, but I don't remember
yeah.
the show.
And I don't know if Doug was the one with the kid with like the kid that was blue or green or something and the leather jacket.
Probably.
Yeah. I also did Invader Zim back in the day. I used to watch that.
I did not watch that, but there was one girl that I went to school with that was like weirdly obsessed with it, and I remember
Yeah.
seeing it all over Hot
That made
Topic.
me not want to be. So like I watched it a little bit and then I saw how like weirdly popular it got and I was like
I
I
gotta
saw the people
gotta
that
stay hipster, gotta
yeah,
stay
I
cool.
saw the people that like also was getting really into it and I was like I'm not
I don't
trying
want
to
to be
be.
part of that.
Yeah.
But you're still a weeb,
I
so
shower.
still like anime, so.
Shh, whatever. What's your next show?
We talked about this earlier, but Wishbone.
The dog. You
The
showed me
dog.
that. I'd never heard of it before.
From what I remember, and have also slightly looked up, I did not research many of these shows, but it's like a history kind of show, and the dog like
Oh,
travels
okay.
back in time and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I remembered Wishbone is because we did talk about it before,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been like over 20 years since Wishbone's passing, which like R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Like
Go, a legend.
a Hollywood star who taught children about history. Probably why I'm not into history because
It's too
it got
dramatic.
it wasn't as exciting when you got to high school and you didn't have dogs teaching it to you. So that reminded me of another show that was on PBS was
Mhm.
Liberty's Kids. Did you watch that at all?
No.
I'm pretty sure it was like colonial early America, like kids teaching about the beginnings of America and stuff.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So you watched a lot of educational stuff.
Going through this list, I literally was like, what kind of parents did I have? Why is this all educational?
Because, I mean, so...
But I think it was just like I said, PBS.
Yeah, I can go through my PBS that I remember real quick. Which was...
Yeah, while we're on the topic,
yeah,
you can.
which was Barney, I think was PBS.
I mean, that was like younger, but obviously, yeah, I was like huge on
Yeah.
Barney.
Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales,
Dragon
Dragon Tales.
Between Two Lions. Which is like, they like own like a library. It's like the lions, whatever. And
I
that's
don't know
one.
if I remember that.
They're like puppets. Caillou.
Caillou. Caillou. Honestly,
Is that the-
Caillou sucks.
Wasn't there like a Caillou meme where it's like kind of it's just a little bit?
There's like a song.
No, it wasn't that. I think I got
I
look at the
definitely cannot sing the words to that song, but there was a
clip.
Caillou rap.
There was Arthur. We know about Arthur.
The Arthur memes. No, a lonely child is what you're gonna be when I sell you. Did I actually watch Arthur growing up? I don't know.
I don't remember it being that savage until I watched it. I was like, oh my god.
And then the one with like the questionable slur. I'm like,
Yeah.
why was this on children's TV?
The
Who wrote this?
knitters.
Who wrote this? Who approved this? Who put this on air?
Oh, so good. Oh, such a good kid show.
Yeah, kid show. Yeah, we'll keep it at.
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Oh, everyone knows Clifford. Yeah.
Clifford was goated. And then I think that's all I remember from PBS Kids.
I don't know exactly what was on PBS or not. A weird one that I did have, I'm like going out of order now, but Fetch with Ruff Ruffman, the one I sent you. Someone did like a whole breakdown, like documentary on how they filmed Fetch with Ruff Ruffman.
I don't know what that is.
That started the life that I live now, my obsession with reality television, okay? And competition
We
shows.
have a Mel appearance now.
She's gonna step on the keyboard and stop the recording is what she's gonna do. And she's gone.
So we can keep on the kid show. Oh, yeah, keep on the kid shows.
I was gonna say, I have to explain what Fetch is, though.
Okay.
Real quick.
My bad. Explain Fetch.
From the short docu
Is that
thing
where...
I watched,
Mhm.
and from what I remember, it's like these kids, like, competition show. And that's, like, all it was. These kids would, like, figure out puzzles or do whatever project. Like, it was like educational for the children and then kind of entertaining for the kids that got to watch it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember, I think it was like every day when I came home from school at like 3 or 3:30 or
Mm-hmm.
something. And it was so entertaining.
So I remember, I don't know if I exactly watched it, and if I did, it was real young. It was more of my sisters, but Nickelodeon had a kids competition, but I don't think it was like education. It was like Temple Run or something.
Yeah, I remember the Temple one, whatever
Yeah.
that was called.
Yeah.
That was more like compete, but I feel like
Yeah.
Fetch was, because it was PBS, it was more educational.
Is this why you like? Is this why you have like really fun PowerPoint parties and stuff?
We're not gonna get into that. Our cat likes to bury herself in her blankets. That's what Nick's laughing at right now.
Also the PowerPoint parties, but
That was in college, okay?
So, did you watch anything from WB Kids? Nick?
You're gonna have to go through your list too, and then I'll let you know.
Okay, so
because I didn't look up the channels, I just remember the pictures and then the names of the
okay,
shows.
so WB Kids had Jackie Chan Adventures,
Definitely not.
had Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! That's where I got my subscription with Yu-Gi-Oh!
Definitely not. Probably wasn't allowed to watch it. I think that was Y7, so
I
probably not.
had it was Y7.
Yep, that would be why.
And then it turned to a CW eventually. And then they also had, oh man, what else did they have?
You made the list.
Well, no, I like I said, I wrote down the channels to remember, but like, and I wrote down like the ones I specifically remember. But there's other ones too that I watched that was like crazy. Power Rangers. I did watch Power Rangers, the dinosaur ones. Go Power Rangers.
I remember the song, and I know what they look like, but did I watch it? I don't think so.
No. Teletubbies was, I don't think it's PBS, but I was young, I used to be obsessed with Teletubbies. There was also a few other shows that I remember playing on the website, that because they had like a website you could play video games and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's where I did the build a roller coaster with Fetch with Rough Ruffman.
I remember I watched the first couple seasons of Pokemon before I dropped it. And I remember there was a game where you like we're in a graveyard and like you're looking for like flashlight with like the ghost Pokemon and stuff. And that was actually kind of cool.
Fun.
Yeah.
I heard they have a thing called Pokemon Go these days.
Yeah, whatever. Also, I was big into Digimon, Digital Adventures, and Bakugan. And
I remember the ads for that.
yeah, that was dope. I remember all the great ads when I was kids. So then I also watched.
Why are you smacking right now?
So I'm getting nostalgic. I'm getting pumped. So I watched Nick Jr.
Nick Jr.
Nick Jr. had the Wonder Pets.
I did write that down. Wonder Pets, run away.
Dora the Explorer.
See, I watched a little bit of Dora, not enough to learn Spanish though.
Not enough to learn Spanish. I also watched Max and Ruby.
I had that on here.
Yeah,
Max and Ruby.
What else did I?
Ruby and Max.
It was such a classic.
I know. My favorite series on TikTok is that guy just slamming into Ruby about why she's such a bitch.
She's a horrible sister.
She is. But it's my favorite series by far.
And then that's all I can remember for kid stuff at this moment.
I mean, you can't
Blue's
beat
Clues, obviously.
Max and Ruby. Blue's Clues. Everyone still knows Blue's Clues. I feel they continued that for a while.
Yeah, Blue's Clues was goated.
The guy from Blue's Clues, Steve, is starting his own podcast soon.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from.
See, the songs stick with the kids more than anything. You could ask me what half these shows are about. I do not remember, but the songs.
So I did not watch this as a kid because this was prehistoric me, but I watched one episode on Adult Swim, and it scarred me from ever watching that show. And it was a kid show back then.
Was it Courage?
No. I do love Courage the Cowardly Dog. I love Courage the Cowardly Dog a lot. Me and my sister are obsessed with that show. I'll let her get into it how much she loves that show.
Okay.
To you, but
I know we need to get our sisters on for the nostalgia stuff. Yeah.
It was Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse. I watched that once as a kid, late at night.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, and it was it was like kiddish, but a little too kiddish for me because like hitting inside like faces and stuff, and it was like. touching the faces and they're like talking. I'm just like, I was like an 11-year-old just like, oh.
What about like Mr. Rogers? I didn't
Yeah,
know that down.
I watched Mr. Rogers. I love Mr.
Because
Rogers.
they have like the whole storybook forest thing at
Yeah, we used to watch
Idlewild.
we used to watch Mr. Rogers all the time. Also, Thomas the Choo Choo Train.
Thomas, yeah. I
And
still know children now that are into Thomas, so
yeah,
he's so popular.
Bob Ross, obviously the GOAT, the greatest painter
For
of all time.
children?
Yeah.
I don't think that was a children's show.
But-
He painted. That's more of an adult thing.
No, yeah, it was a children's thing. Well, I watched it growing up, so.
Okay.
Oh, I also watched Murray and Jerry Springer growing up when I skipped school, okay?
Okay, age appropriate television programs, Nicholas.
Trust me.
All right.
Alright. That was the early stages. I also watched when it was later in the day, when I was young, I also watched Disney XD. And it had all the Marvel stuff. So it had
I remember
X-Men.
when they launched that, and I just did not care for.
They had X-Men. Da-na-na-na-na-na. 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 One of the greatest like superhero intro themes ever.
I believe you.
Then they had the Amazing Spider-Man, which was also dope.
Probably wasn't allowed to be into Spider-Man.
Yeah. That was with Disney XD. There was also like I think I watched Transformers, or Transformers might have been Cartoon Network, one of them. But I was
Don't ask me the channels, man. I don't.
I was
remember.
big on Transformers back in the day. Optimus Prime. I forget the Transformers logo is right now. It's been so long.
The logo. You mean the theme?
Theme and stuff. No, one. Funny enough, one of the shows I was not into growing up. I didn't care for Ninja Turtles.
That's really funny for a very particular reason.
Did not care for Ninja Turtles. Why? Why is that funny for a particular reason? We can cut it out. I don't know. I just cowabunga, dude. I just never got into Ninja Turtles, man.
Is it because they're named after artists?
No, I don't know. I thought it was weird that there was.
Because you don't like turtles?
I love turtles.
You don't like turtles?
I love turtles. I just didn't. I don't know why. I just never got into Ninja Turtles. Even though I love pizza and
The sewers?
New York City sewers and giant rats that know kung fu. Sure, I'm down to save the turtles. You know.
It was definitely not in Ninja Turtles. Probably because there's too much crime. Isn't that what they do? They fight crime.
Yes, they fight ninja crime. So that was childhood.
Too many options.
But that's the childhood shows I watched as a kid.
All right, I'm gonna go through mine. Did you finish your
My kid ones?
like children's ones? Because that's almost all I have.
Yes, but there was shows I watched not for children as a kid.
Okay, we're not talking about those. Where were your parents?
Working.
Maybe my parents were working, and that's why I have such a short list of
Okay,
like
but
age-appropriate television.
I'll let you finish.
Okay, so Little Bear, Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no.
I watched Franklin. Yeah.
Oswald, do you remember
The Bernsteins.
Oswald? The
The
Bernstein
Bernsteins.
Bears that started the whole Mandela effect thing.
Yeah. And I watched a lot of Boomerang back in the day. So it had Yogi Bear.
I watched a little bit of that, yeah.
Animaniacs or Looney Tunes. Big on Looney Tunes. Love Tom and Jerry. Used to watch that a lot.
Tom and Jerry was a very good non-educational one.
Mm-hmm. Pinky and the Brain.
That was my brother.
Yeah. I'll let you finish. I'm rambling off again.
Well, I'm just saying, is there anything else on your list? And you said no.
There's a lot on my list. I'm waiting for you to finish.
Well, the list up here.
Yeah.
Little Bill. Do you remember Little Bill?
I did not watch Little Bill, but I did watch Schoolhouse Rock in school.
I was gonna say Little Bill didn't age well.
Mm-mm.
Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
Actually, I did watch them. Yeah.
See,
But
you remember these things.
That was. I don't remember what channel that was.
Don't ask me. Peep.
No.
Oh my gosh, go see Peep.
Peep.
This is a classic. It
Is
was
that,
like a
that bird?
It was like a chick, a duck, and a bird, and they were all like friends. I don't know what they did, but it was really cute. Cyber Chase with that little bird thingy.
Nope.
All right. Well, I remember that one. Don't ask me what it's about. Again, couldn't remember. Richard, do you remember Richard Scary?
Richard Scary.
Okay, so they were like little creatures, and the one worm like drives like an apple car. I think they were also like games or both.
Yeah, I know the games.
Yeah.
Because that's the one word game.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look it up.
I remember it's like a red apple, right?
I mean, there's only so many colored
It's
apples,
like a
but
green worm.
I don't remember the names, but it's
Glasses.
it's like the world of Richard Scarry or
I
whatever.
have no
And they're
idea.
like a bunch of little different creatures, and I think they were games, shows,
I
and
might
they might have been books too.
I might know the one worm game, but that's about it.
Bookworm?
Bookworm.
I don't know if that's related.
Oh, then I don't know who
Because
Richard Scarry.
bookworm is like a term. This is just one of the characters is a worm.
Okay.
And then Kipper, which I vaguely remember. And I looked that up today. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds familiar. Obviously Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
All the Barbie movies. I don't even know if we want to get into that. That might take me 10 million years. But every single Barbie movie that ever came out, watched.
From what? Nah, you haven't watched the recent ones.
I would say up until, again, like age 12, 13. Like, I want to say A Mermaid Tale is probably like the last one I watched.
Okay.
Because I got too old and cool for that. And then Boo Boss.
Never heard of that.
So, me and my sister still to this day, like, use that term. And I looked up what it was, because they're so ugly. They're like, think like Teletubbies, but like on crack. Like, so ugly things. I'll show you a picture.
Okay.
And I looked it up today, because I was like, what are these things? I remember this term. I remember what they look like. And apparently it was a show for, like, young kids, like, to stay in shape or something. And they have, like, baby heads, but then they're, like, huge, just balls. So it's, like, an offensive term that me and my sister use.
Oh my
But
god.
apparently it was, like, a weight loss fitness show for toddlers or something. I was like, who approved this? And then obviously VeggieTales. I don't remember watching them that much. But obviously, the classic lines.
What?
We were in slavery. Nothing
Thing is pointing.
And then SpongeBob, I was allowed to watch SpongeBob. And then, as you know, Holes I've seen a million times.
Yeah, I see. Holes, yeah.
It's a classic.
Is that it?
That's all for, like, kid shows. And then Holes doesn't really fit in with, like, the children's TV, but
Okay.
we just watched that, and I just wanted to reiterate how many times I've seen that
Alright.
movie. You can go ahead and take your turn, and
Okay.
I'll let you know if I've
So,
seen any
again,
of them.
I watched these as a kid. Doesn't mean that they're for kids.
That's not what we're doing, but you can go ahead, and then
Well,
I will just shame your mom
I
after
thought we
this.
just watched it. What did we watch
Go
as
ahead.
kids?
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go
So I
ahead.
watched The Godfather, Scarface.
Nicholas, that doesn't... No, that's not children's TV or...
Okay, I didn't say. I thought it was things I watched as a kid.
You're writing down everything you've ever watched?
Most of the stuff. I mean, I watched The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Grease. The SpongeBob movie was a great movie.
That was a classic. I won't lie about that. Probably the first time I've actually got emotional during a movie. Gonna save the town. So then they're like dying.
The Chum Bucket Zombie Warriors.
It was interesting.
The Disney movies, all of them. Cinderella, Pocahontas.
I saw most of the Disneys.
Yeah.
Not all of them,
Tarzan.
but most of them.
All the Disney movies.
Tarzan's a good one.
Pixar movies, the GOAT Pixar. The best, the prime, the Toy Story 1 and 2.
Toy Story's
Cars.
okay.
Toy Story's not okay.
Cars
Toy Story
okay.
is the best Pixar movie.
Do you remember Meet the Robinsons, the time travel one?
No, I didn't watch that one.
I like that one.
That one seems stupid. Also, The Invincibles.
And
the greatest Pixar movie of all time, Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched all those. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean I watched. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. OG one.
Those movies were weird. I didn't watch them till way later in life, but yeah.
Loved them. Titanic.
Again, not very kid friendly.
Zombieland. I watched teenage years.
Probably wasn't allowed to watch anything zombies until teenagehood.
Batman, the Arkham series was on Toonami. I also watched Toonami on Cartoon Network, which that was with the anime Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach.
All the anime nerdy shit. Okay. Moving on.
Yes. Marvel. All the Marvel stuff.
We have way too much Marvel in cinema now. So thank you for that.
Nightmare Before Christmas, Beetlejuice.
We just watched those pretty recently.
American Tales, the mouse movie.
The mouse?
American Tales. where it's like the evil cat or an owl, or whatever. And it's like the mouse in the red sweater and
I think I remember that.
oh,
I like the Rescuers Down Under.
okay,
The little
I remember that.
mousies, you
Yeah,
remember them?
yeah. Cats don't dance.
No.
No. Rockadoodle, Rockadoodle, and then the Land Before Time, the dinosaurs.
I know. Didn't the one voice actor get like murdered by her father or something? I can't.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, yeah.
No, I can't. I can't watch that movie.
Never ending story. All dogs go to heaven.
I don't think I will watch that movie either.
The Fox and the Hound.
That was a good one. I
That
remember
was a
that.
good
Yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Also emotional.
Also emotional.
You're gonna cry right now.
I also
Is
watched.
it hot? Is it hot? Did someone got an onion?
Dip it into Cartoon Network, which was my favorite. Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory, Courage the Cowardly Dog,
I don't think I was into Cartoon Network
Total
at all.
Total Drama Island, and then there was man, there's so many for Cartoon Network. Teen Titans, I loved growing up. I watched that pretty like even my sister liked Teen Titans a lot. Then there was man, I don't know. That's all I can think of at the moment with Cartoon Network. Cow and Chicken. I don't know if I already said that.
Cat dog.
Cat Dog was Nickelodeon. I was looking at Nickelodeon. So Cat Dog, Nickelodeon. SpongeBob, the Goat. Fairly Odd Parents. Danny Phantom. We all know why you watch Danny Phantom.
Why do people watch it, Nicholas?
Because there was some baddies.
That should be our next series. The cartoon characters
cartoon
that started
baddies.
your sexual awakening. That's like
Yes.
a whole meme for a while.
Smash or pass.
We should do that.
Pokemon edition.
Okay. Okay. Not that guy. Not that guy.
No, heck no. What other ones was there for Nickelodeon growing up? I remember. Do you remember the Nickelodeon the slime where they used to slime them all the time? It was like before the shows came out, and then there was Jimmy Neutron, and then Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents
I
crossovers.
would say that's the only one I ever watched. Was the crossovers. I was like, that's interesting.
Hey
They
Arnold.
switched art styles.
Hey Arnold, back in the day.
I don't know if I watched that or not. I feel like I did.
Stoop kid never leaves a stoop. Me and my best friend Matt, we went back in the meme and I was like reading. I pet the kitty. It's like some dude reading for the first time. He's like asking for some kid asked him for directions. He's like, I don't know how to read. He like runs. He's like ashamed of it. I can't read because like looking at signs and know what's going on.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh man.
I watched the educational shows, and yours was making fun of illiterate children.
No, the dude was old. He was like foreign.
That's even worse.
It's like Russian or something. And then I watched the late night versions of these channels because my mom, I was
George
my mom,
Lopez.
yeah, George
That's all I
Lopez,
remember.
The Nanny, other Nick at Full House. I watched that Nick at
Full
Night.
House, yeah.
Roxanne, I watched that Nick at Night. And then I watched, and I loved Adult Swim, which is Aqua Team Hunger Force, Robot Chicken, Family Guy on repeat.
Again, where were your parents?
Working and sleeping. Venture Brothers. There was also, man, yeah, like just reruns of that, and great, good old. It helped develop me who I am as a person.
I don't know
Oh,
if that's a good thing or
Wonderful
not.
person.
After listening to some of the things that you did.
What do you mean?
Did you finish your list of everything you've ever watched ever in your life?
Not everything I ever watched ever in my life. Obviously, there's Nightmare Before Christmas, which I made you watch.
You said that already.
Did I say that already?
Mhm.
Okay, the original Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire, 1, 2, and 3.
Didn't you make me watch those too?
I did make you watch those.
Give me
Yes,
some
yes.
Spider-Man.
I should-
Nothing will beat Into and Across the Spider-Verse though.
Yeah, nothing.
Those are like top tier.
And then I also, growing up, obviously huge into sports, so Sports Center and
Yes,
ESPN.
you're into sports.
It's a good
We
Sports
know.
Center too. And then there was also Scrubs, The Simpsons. I used to
not
watch
into.
Supernatural when I skipped school a lot on TNT around
Oh, you one
11
of the
o'clock.
Supernatural fangirlies?
I am one of the Supernatural fangirls, but I watched it when I skipped school.
That's good.
Jerry Springer, Murray.
Again, shouldn't have been watching these.
My mother loved me.
The worst thing I watched as a child was this like New Jersey hairstylist show, and they were just all like fighting with each other.
The New Jersey Shore wannabes.
Yeah, basically.
And when we get into the music one, you're gonna know that I used to watch a lot of MTV music videos, so that's why I have a lot of genres and everything
We
because
have
of that.
such wide music taste, and
Yeah.
I was limited to Owl City and Christian rock.
I also watched Teen Moms
I
on
didn't.
MTV.
I definitely did not watch that.
And American Teenager, American
The Secret Life of the American Teenager. Yep,
Yeah.
my mom watched all of it. There was no sex talk. She just made me watch that show. I was like, great.
There's a few other MTV stuff I watched. TRL or TL, whatever it's called.
TLC?
TLC, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I can get more into movies if I really wanted to, but I'll exclude that because whatever.
Okay, The Godfather is not a children's movie. I don't know why it's on the list.
Because I watched it in my, like, preteen to teenage years. And Scarface.
I have changed you. We've molded you into the man you are today.
No.
Okay.
Because that's toxic. Toxic, eh. But it helped me develop my sense of media love.
Italianism?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, are we ready to move on?
Finally. I'm not the biggest Disney person, but I don't know why I didn't mention those. Hannah Montana,
Sweet Life. What are the other ones?
Zach and Cody.
Yeah, Sweet Life was
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
And then That's So Raven, again, a bit iffy if I was able to watch that because she was a psychic and that's sacrilegious.
I also watched The Proud Family on TBS.
I think I watched that too.
Yeah. Oh, and I also watched House of Pain.
Don't know what that is.
Which is a Tyler Perry show. Yeah, I didn't even get a TBS.
Oh my gosh, we'll be here all day.
Alright, but okay, continue.
What else was on Disney?
I don't know. I didn't watch Disney.
You're not helping. High School Musical. I made you watch those.
Yeah. I watched The Proud Family.
We just said that. Like 10 seconds ago.
Yes.
Nickelodeon, though. Zoe 101, Drake and Josh, iCarly, Victorious. I was getting a little old for.
I love iCarly and I love Drake and Josh.
Did watch a little bit of Victorious. Mm-hmm. Obviously.
Didn't you watch? Oh, you didn't watch the one with the witch one.
The Wizards of Waverly Place?
Yeah.
Again, when I could sneak time to watch it, I loved watching it. Not very often. The movie was really good.
I didn't know there was a movie.
Yeah. Where they figure out who's the true family wizard and all that stuff.
Yeah. So did you see the Drake and Josh and iCarly conspiracy that?
Yes.
Okay.
Cringe.
Cringe.
Whack as hell.
Well, don't even get into the B movie, which I did watch.
Okay.
Conspiracy.
No, not the B movie. All
right. Moving on.
Moving forward.
What do we want to do next? Oh, okay. I forgot about this. Coming back. Codename Kid Next Door. Also watch that.
What is that?
That's so these kids had a huge tree house and they were secret agents and they went against the adults because the adults was evil. And there was really fun games on CartoonNetwork.com about it, and they all had code names because it's Codename Kids Next Door. So there's number 1, he was the leader. Number 2, they all had numbers.
That's
and,
cool.
Different sections and stuff. Yeah. It was dope.
Teach you that your parents are evil. Sounds like a great job.
Yes. Other than that, I think I covered everything. Moving on to video games.
Alrighty. So where do I begin?
Your video game list is kind of small though. I thought it'd be bigger.
Well, we'll see if anything else comes to mind. The most important video game of the early 2000s, Webkinz. Everybody knows Webkinz.
I actually
shaped a generation. I didn't do Club Penguin. I wasn't into that. I had the most random online accounts, when that became a thing, online gaming kind of thing and interaction. So Webkinz was the biggest, most important. I had a Barbie MP3 player that had an online platform to go with it. That's that's lore all in of itself. It was an MP3 player. You could dress it up and stuff.
Oh.
Had an online website for that. There was some kind of Bratz online thing. That's how I found out my zodiac sign was a Cancer. So I was like, why does it say I have Cancer? And so lucky with that to be my zodiac sign. But yeah, just like the online interacting with random strangers, but not because my parents actually did monitor that. Like, so that was good of them. But Webkinz still can log on and play. They got rid of Maze and Hamsters, which I'm not happy about. Because, like, you go through and you get all the gems and then you collect trophies and stuff. But to get a Webkinz, you had to buy or beg your parents to buy the stuffed animal at the store. And then you enter the code online. And then you add all your friends. And that was a good time. That was peak gaming for children. Now they just watch other people game on YouTube and brain rot.
I had Neopets. I never heard of Webkinz before you told me about it.
That's crazy.
I
Because
wasn't.
I've heard of Neopets.
Yeah, I didn't do. I wasn't a Club Penguin kind of guy. By the time we had computers in school, I was. We just found ways to get around and go on YouTube. But yeah, I was for, and then I was also like Postopia. I was CartoonNetwork.com.
You
There
mean
was just
Pop Tropica?
Pop Tropica,
Yeah.
whatever it was. There was this one weird video game that came with a Captain Crunch cereal.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
love Captain Crunch back in the day. We
We can get it now.
another
Cereals will be the next in the
cereals and
series.
food growing up. That's a whole nother thing.
You can do your own show about food.
And then, yeah, for me, it was kind of stuff like that. I used to find like random websites to play like FIFA, like little soccer games and whatever.
I was gonna say I'd play the games on like Disney or like Nick.com. There was like
Ah,
girly games online, cool math
bro,
games.
I don't know. I found this one to play like a weird football game, a soccer game. Glad for Cartoon Network. There was a lot of like Looney Tune games and stuff. I played on that.
You should film
Yeah.
us playing some of these super whack
Yeah,
games.
I remember playing Neopets though. I mean, my pets now are they're dead. They're gone. Their skeletons probably decomposed by now.
That's the
But
saddest part of Webkinz is like they're all like what
20 years
they're
old.
20s at this
They're
point.
they're the grandparents. God, I feel bad for those little suckers. Um,
They're all starved to death.
they're all
They're
starved to
long
death.
gone.
Oh, I used to play like Fred Flintstone games back in the day.
I probably
I remember. I used to
played
watch
those,
the. I used to
yeah.
watch the Flintstones back in the day. Yeah, like I said, Boomerang.
I know. I did watch the Flintstones and Jetsons a little bit,
Yeah, Jensen.
which is like what our parents'
Yeah.
time.
I also watched Fresh Prince.
Mm.
Go back to TV shows a little bit, and Jeffersons. Love Fresh Prince.
Okay, we're moving on. Video
Moving on.
games.
Moving on, video games.
Video
All right, all right.
games.
So, anything non-computer lad that you have on there?
I had some very, very, very female niche PS2 games.
Okay. Get on. Wait, so you have no Game Boy Advance?
No, the Game Boy Advance is in that drawer over there.
Yeah. So what games did you have to have that as a kid?
Kirby is the only one that I can think of.
For me, Spider-Man and
Mm-mm.
one of the Mario things.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really remember what I had in the Game Boy Advance, but I did have one.
Yeah, I definitely
like-
had one, but
Yeah.
other than Kirby, I don't remember
I think
what
mine
we
was
played.
color because it was like the little see-through kind of purple blue.
I had the Game Boy Advance.
I don't know which one I had. I don't remember.
The flippy one.
I did not have the flippy one. Mine was not flippy.
Yeah, that was the Game Boy Color then.
Yeah, mine was cooler.
Mine was newer.
Well, mine was still cooler. Mine's had color.
That's racist.
What did you have in the PlayStation 2?
Let me tell you,
I
Nicholas.
can't wait. This is probably the
Every
longest
single
list.
Bratz game, okay?
Bratz.
Yes, Bratz. Okay, you can dress them up, do their makeup and their hair, and then you do these missions and stuff. They had like a rock camp one that was one of the newer ones. They had Bratz Forever Diamonds was one. Rock Angels. There was quite a lot.
Okay.
I so at least had 3 of those, and that was PS2. One of them was on the Wii. There was a Strawberry Shortcake Sweet Dreams game.
Okay.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Somebody's
The
trying.
most niche that you would never know unless you were a girl, a gamer girl, okay? So like you just go on all the different lands and collect like gems. Like I think it was one of those kinds of games where you just collect the gems and run through the course, but
Okay.
amazing nonetheless. I'm trying to think. Disney Princess Enchanted Journey came up. So same thing like
Excuse me?
when I look for super girly nostalgic games or whatever. The Disney Princess one, so there was different levels, so some princesses levels were harder than others.
Mm-hmm.
But you created your own character and then you went and helped the princesses with whatever mission,
Oh.
whatever grief had struck in their story or whatever. These are good games. Top tier. I promise you if you play them right now, you would enjoy
Let's load it up.
you would enjoy them. No, seriously, I'm going to show you some gameplay. If not,
Can't
go
wait.
to my mom's house, get the games, and bring them here to play.
We have to buy a PS2, but
That's fine. Totally worth every single one of these games. Okay. Do you what? I think that's it for PS2. I also had Bratz on the Game Boy. I do remember that. It was like little tiny pixels, but definitely played that.
all right. What did you have on the Wii?
I don't think I had any Wii games written down. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, you had.
Barbie Horse Adventures
Let's see. Then we had some Wii games.
and Pets 2. I think there was like an evil cat or something.
Oh my
It was very.
God.
It was very. That was a scary. That was a scary game. But Barbie Horse Adventures walked, so Red Dead Redemption could run. Everybody knows this.
Facts. Big facts. It's in the lore. They actually mention it.
Zelda a little bit. Wii Fit called me fat. Probably some of the singing games because I like to sing as
Yeah.
the small child.
Yeah.
There were so many Wii games.
We have to go back and start marking. All right. So is that all your games?
On the PlayStation.
Okay. All right. So you have more.
I have computer games, yeah.
Okay. We'll do. Okay. So heads up. I'm old enough to have a Blockbuster card back then.
Oh my god.
So I played a lot of games.
You're so old. Yeah, I rented games too. I rented games.
I rented games. Okay.
I am that old.
So PS2.
We
I-
didn't have Blockbuster. We
I
had
had-
Family Video.
Jesus Christ. My mom bought me the PS2 Slim, and it came with 2 games: Gran Turismo 3 and Jack and Dexter 2.
I do remember my dad playing that.
Yeah, Jack and Dexter. Then I played
It was
Burnout.
actually Jack and Daxter.
Dexter. My bad, Dexter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great games. Love those games. I would even go back and play Jack and Dexter 2 today.
We need to buy a PS2 yesterday.
I'm down to buy a PS2. I love PS2. Like that was like that
I know.
360 top tier. Okay, so then Burnout 3 Takedown, which is a racing
Oh, I
game.
have another.
You can crash into people. So that was
I
great.
have another one that's very niche.
Call of Duty 2, the big red one. Call of Duty 3, Madden's, Shadow of the Colossus, great game.
I didn't know
Great
that
game.
game was that old.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen the newer
yeah.
one, but yeah.
Spider-Man 2 video game based off the movie. That game crazy because it like encapsulated great swinging motions.
Great swing.
NCAA, baseball, MLB The Show.
Sports ones that come out on every
Yeah,
console.
I got them. GTA, all of them. San
You must have been
Andreas.
spoiled.
I did love me some San. I was not spoiled.
You were definitely
I
spoiled.
was not spoiled.
You're listing so many more games.
Battlefront Tier 1 and 2, the Star Wars games. Classic, great. Mwah. I also played the Star Wars movie
Did anyone
games.
else in your family play games?
My sister a little bit.
So you were spoiled. Because the only reason I have any of these games was because my dad played video games.
I also played the Star Wars movie games based on the movies, and Lord of the Rings, and the King Kong video game that was based on the movie.
What about Donkey Kong? Did you play Donkey Kong?
No. Beautiful Joe. The Street Fighter games. Prince of Persia.
I remember
Midnight
that
Club. I did play Red Fraction. Fight Night. Indigo. Prophecy, which is a little weird game. And
Sounds interesting.
yeah, Lord of the Rings. Yeah. And then for the PSP, I played NCAA. And other games I don't remember. Mainly
So
my
I
NCAA.
forgot a very, very niche game that I played on the PS2.
Okay.
You're never gonna believe it.
What?
It was almost like it was Pac-Man 3D.
Oh yeah, I used to play. I didn't play 3D, but I played the old Pac-Man games back in the day.
No, 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 no. Okay.
Pac-Man 3D.
You what? Yes, it was three. I want to say it's like an RPG, but I don't remember there being much of a story. But you were Pac-Man and you ran around, collected all the little balls or whatever they were,
Mm-hmm.
and it was 3D. And you went and had like different levels and like not
And
stories, but they were different environments.
yeah,
There was an ice skating one that was really hard,
interesting.
but that was peak.
I don't remember that. I
That was,
don't remember that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Very, very niche.
Also, I'm sure I played more PlayStation 2 games, but at the moment, it's just the ones I remembered at that time and going
I
through
know
the
these are the
list.
only ones I can
Yeah.
remember, but it's all coming back to me.
All right, so do your
PC.
PC games. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so going back to young childhood, Bua and Koala was a musical duo that also had games for free online that me and my sister played.
Okay.
Um, there was there's cool math games, but I don't know if that counts because those are the games that you play in school when you're
Yeah.
being a bad kid. But like
Uh-huh.
whatever. Well, the Barbie ones. So moving away from like all the online free Barbie games and stuff that they had games for each of their movies. So like 12 Dancing Princesses, Magic of Pegasus, Princess and the Pauper, had all those games, played all those games
Great games.
on the computer. 10 out of 10. 100. I'm sure if we played it right now, it would be like the best game I've
Chef's
ever played.
kiss.
And then there was also Barbie Fashion Designer and Beauty Boutique. So like very, very, very girly games that I would 100% still play. Like Covet Fashion is down here. Barbie Fashion Designer and Beauty Boutique is definitely way up here. So good for girls at the time. And then again back to childhood. Well, I guess Barbie was like a little bit more mature than Freddy Fish and Putt Putt, but those were also elite gaming, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The best.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, Nancy Drew.
Yes, Nancy Drew.
And I think that's it for PC. Nancy Drew again, we'll still play to this day.
Play.
We did play.
Yeah.
Even though we can't play the old ones because unless your computer is like 20 years old, between 20 and 25 years old or whatever.
Could you not buy the old disc and play them?
You need to have like the oldest, most ancient software for them to run.
Oh, even the disc.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah. No, it does suck.
And they can't remaster them?
That's what I'm saying. Like the games are like so good, but not good enough for them to remaster so you can actually play them in 2025.
That's some BS.
Yeah. So I'm sad about that because I own how many games and I haven't even finished them.
Yeah,
because I bought them as an adult. So how do I play them? I don't know.
Alright, any more?
That's about it for PC.
What else do you have?
Scribblenauts.
I don't know what that is.
I do have it in the drawer over there. It's basically like a problem-solving puzzle game, and the way you solve the levels is you just type or write in whatever you want.
Oh, okay. I didn't have it. Was that for a DS? What was that for? I never had a DS, so.
So you weren't that spoiled because
Yeah, all my
we had a DS for sure.
all my rich friends had the
That
DS.
was like our biggest console probably, other than PS2 and PC.
Alright. For Xbox 360. The CODs again. Madden's again, sports, yada yada yada. Halo franchise, got into Halo. That's when I got into Halo for the first
I had
time.
one friend that was into Halo.
Yeah. Red Dead Nightmare.
You played Undead Nightmare?
Yeah, I played Undead Nightmare. I didn't play the Red Dead first one. I played Undead Nightmare. I don't know why. I just bought it at GameStop.
Just the zombie
Yeah,
DLC?
just the zombie, yeah. Bioshock, GTA 4, Fallout, Dead Space. Great scary space scary game. My friend got me to that.
I
Be
love
part of it.
scary.
Yeah, and you can like dismember aliens. It was crazy.
That sounds so fun.
The Tony Hawk skater games and skate games. Skate was classic.
I heard good things about that from other dudes I know.
Yeah. Trials Evolution was fun. Me and my friends used to play a lot of times with dirt bikes and stuff, and like you go through like trial, like little tracks and like you do like tricks and everything. It's really challenging, but they're really fun.
Really doesn't sound as riveting as Barbie Beauty Boutique,
Oh,
but
my bad. Sorry. Skyrim, LA Noire, the Batman Arkham series. Third one's kind of mid, but the other two are just oh my god. Batman video games are the best.
Mm-hmm.
It's what helped make Spider-Man walk. They walk so Spider-Man could run. I
If you
mean,
say so.
it's facts. Minecraft, big on Minecraft, loved
That
Minecraft.
doesn't count because that's still super relevant. So
Yeah, I'm just saying. I played the OG Minecraft. Okay.
that's still what
Before all the
Minecraft is to
updates.
me. I don't know what any of the updates were because I never did Minecraft.
Gears of War, Battlefield, Left 4 Dead, which is another zombie game. With your
How
friends.
old were you when you were playing this?
Between the ages of to 16, like between 12 and 16, somewhere around there.
12 is too young for such violent video games.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Medal of Honor, and that's about it for the Xbox 360.
I'm pretty sure the only Xbox/PlayStation game I ever had was was it Modern Warfare 3?
That one's
The
good.
guy I was dating at the ripe age of 12 years old had it, and somehow I talked my mom into getting it for me.
COD 4 is the greatest COD, but Modern Warfare 2 is the greatest Call of Duty I played because I had so many
I remember
fun
the
memories.
third one being super popular.
No, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, sorry, is like the most toxic, but my COD GOAT. I will play that. If they rematched that to this day, left it and kind of updated the stuff that I could play and not be laggy, I would play that. Like, when that game came out, I literally skipped so much school to play it. I had 30 days played in that game in like 2 months.
Okay, that's literally not good. Where was your mom? Why were you not
my
in
parents were
school?
divorced then. So my dad was working. I could
Where
skip
was your
school.
dad? Why weren't you?
That's when I got community service from school. I skipped
I was gonna
that year.
say, like, if I miss like 11 days, they're like, "Where were you? Where's your doctor's note?"
I just had my dad sign some papers, and then I just wrote the excuse above it.
The bar was low.
Yeah, I mean, he was foreign. He doesn't know American school systems, and I could take advantage of it.
That's messed up.
I hated school. Loved Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And then I played a lot of Madden with Tom. That's why I met Tom, was 360. Madden 11, played Mutt for the first time, back when Mutt was good. Mutt had a prime run for like 4 years before it got oversaturated with transactions. And that's when me and Tom,
Yeah.
me in Florida, got real close. I made a lot of friends on the 360 days.
I had a lot of friends on Webkinz.
I'm sure you did.
I felt so popular back then.
All right. I got 2 more things. I just have the Xbox One, the Wii. So if you want to...
List some Wii games.
Wii games? All right. Wii Sports, all of them. Zelda, Twilight Princess, Mario Galaxy, Mario Kart. Wii! Mario Kart Wii! Smash, Super Smash.
I was gonna say Super Smash.
Red Steel, which was like a sword game. And then...
You mean High School Musical sing-along?
yeah, High School Musical sing-along. Obviously, Wii Fit. I had that.
Did it tell you were fat too?
Yes.
Childhood traumas.
Mario, like, Olympic games.
I remember seeing ads for those, but we did not buy that.
I bought that. And then that's all I can
You
remember.
bought that or your mom?
My mom bought that.
That's why.
And that's all I can remember at this time.
I was gonna say, I used to think I was super good at Super Smash, and then I played with people that weren't my family who sucked really bad, and I was like, I'm not that good.
Super Smash was fun.
Who was your main of Super Smash Wii?
Mecha Knight back in the day.
Meta Knight? Okay, first of all, Meta Knight was broken. Everybody knows
That's exactly.
this.
That's why it's my favorite.
So you're not a real player.
Well, I also just played against a computer. None of my family played Smash.
Well, we had a tournament in school, and everyone who did Meta Knight, you can bet they beat my ass.
Sounds like you got some trauma.
Yeah.
But I liked Meta Knight, and I liked, King Dedede, the big penguin boy.
Oh, yeah. It was... I like the new one with Bowser. You can just grab him and smash him. That was always funny.
I was never good at Smash. I'll never claim to be good at Smash. I smashed a bunch of buttons, is what I did.
No, that's what I did too, and that's why I thought it was so good. But it's just everyone in my family is really, really bad. So.
And I'm surprised I like Smash, because I'm not the biggest fighter game. Like, that's why I didn't mention any of the Mortal Kombats. Wasn't a big Mortal Kombat person. Love the theme song. Not a big Mortal Kombat person.
Well, Smash is great because it like combined all your favorite characters, and then they just even started pulling people from like other like franchises and stuff. Like when they brought like Pac-Man and Sonic and stuff.
Yeah. But that's all I have for the Wii. I probably played more games. I just can't remember at the moment. Wii was so long ago for us.
Or like a month or two ago when we were playing Twilight Princess until our cat chewed the sensor bar wire. So,
So what are the rest of your games before I finish up with the few I have?
I think that's everything that I have. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean Xbox One was my most simple time.
Xbox One was like, I'm too old to play video games anymore.
Not for me. It was pretty much what I put in Xbox. Just switched over to Xbox One. Sports games, Fallout, GTA 5, goated. Indie games, and Rocket League. That's what I remember the most.
Yeah, I know people that still play Rocket League, so.
I could never. Frick the Rocket League people, bro. Frick them. But that's all I can remember with Xbox One. I mean, I had it for a while, but I kind of just kept the same games, COD, Madden. I didn't really like. That's when my ADHD really started acting up, and I couldn't stick to story games as much.
I know, I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
How many years did it take you to complete Red Dead Redemption 2?
10 years.
That's concerning.
10 years. But those games, man, they were fun.
For one of the best games ever made, that's concerning.
Yeah. I mean, but a lot of these games, man, I met a lot of good friends, a lot of good people, a lot of fond memories. A lot of angriness, too.
That's probably not good. This is why they say video games cause violence.
Well, yeah, because I guess I'm mad losing my friends and Madden and stuff. I would get bullied. Heated. I broke so many controllers.
I never broke anything.
I
think that's a toxic male thing.
Maybe, because I went through a lot.
And my mom didn't like video games because of the chance that it would make me mad. She didn't want me to get angrier than I already was.
Yeah, but I remember the good old Friday night fight boxing game. That was fun. That was fun.
On the Wii?
No, I had it on the PS.
Oh, I was gonna say, me and my sister on the Wii was like, with the remote.
That's Wii Sports, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just. I think we can wrap it up there. We'll save the next episode for music.
I was gonna say, I don't have much music anywho's.
Yeah, it's gonna be Nick talking about music because
it's gonna be Owl City and Christian rock and Nicholas and every genre he's ever listened to ever.
Because I have like 3 pages worth of music.
I'll save music for another day. It will probably be Nick's episode.
Sorry, I love music. I just can't sing or find a beat.
Apparently not. You have no rhythm. So
no rhythm. All right, thank you for tuning in. Part 1 of Nick and Jenny.
It doesn't even have to be part 1. It can just be the TV and video game
nostalgia
episode.
Yeah.
We'll come up with the title.
But
let us know if we sound crazy or if you're getting memories flooding back that you didn't know existed with some of the very niche, weird shows.
Let me know
games that I've played.
If I have a life. I thought I had a life, but apparently, Jenny, I don't have a life.
Well, most of the stuff you're listing is like mainstream stuff, but also, yes, your lists were way longer than mine, in my opinion.
Did you not play mainstream stuff?
Not as much. I watched my dad play Super Mario Galaxy and stuff like that, but I wasn't playing Fallout, BioShock. I had one Call of Duty game ever, and I only played it online with one friend. So
yeah, I guess.
But Webkinz though.
You and your Webkinz.
I know. But tell us if you remember any of these shows, what they were about, and what your favorite games were growing up as a child.
Yeah, let us know some of your nostalgia things. I mean, you could be older, younger than us, so I'm sure it's different.
And also just me with my girly games and Nicholas with his obscenely violent ones. Clearly there's a difference there, so let us know.
I was not, when I went to GameStop, I was not aiming for the Barbie horse adventure.
Even though it was a great game.
And the Barbie beauty spa.
I'm going to show him clips of gameplay because they exist on the internet somewhere because the internet's huge, and I highly suggest you do the same.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I also played The Sims back in the day.
I never liked Sims.
And Typhoon Roller Coaster.
I remember that being popular. Yeah. They had that at the book fair.
Did they?
Do you remember the book fair?
Yeah, I remember the book fair. Yeah. How about when I do music, we can do books, and we'll see how short my list is.
Mine won't be very long either. So. Thank you guys for listening.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And share.